channel. Am I live? Should say I'm live. Am I live? Should say I'm live. Okay, so that's working. Okay, cool. Hello, welcome back to my channel that likes to not beat games and only play games halfway. I still have Fatal Frame to beat. I've been kind of busy because Christmas and I got fired and just a bunch of bullshit, so I've been trying to clean up my house. It's completely in ruins. I was going Christmas shopping and I was kind of bad. I came across this DokiDoki Literature Club Plus game and it said psychological horror. And I was like, what? Like a cute anime game? Blah blah blah. Whatever. So I went online while I was in GameStop and I read some reviews that didn't have spoilers or anything in it. So they said like everybody should experience this game just once and it's like hugely raved about. For me, I am going into this completely not knowing what the fuck any of this is, but apparently it's like a dating game with a bunch of like a couple of hours is going to be boring and then shit's gonna hit you, and then you're gonna be like, what the fuck after? So I'm kind of hoping that this is a good game, and I don't get too bored. So, obviously, when I brought it up to the GameStop counter with all of my kids' games, because they're all gamers, and it was super expensive, they were just like, this is not a game for kids. And I was like, oh, no, it's not for them, it's for me. And they're like, okay. And it's funny how the bottom of the screen says the game is not suitable for children and those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. While I am depressed, I have anxiety, I don't give a shit. I think the most damaging fucking game is The Last of Us 2. Would you like a review detailed content warning which contains spoilers? No! What do you mean? No! Playing DokiDoki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating and region. You consent your exposure of highly disturbing content? What? Okay, I agree. I agree to this fuckery. Look at those kawaii girls. Aw, it sounds so cute. What do you mean? This is gonna be fucking hilarious. Oh yeah. Don't mind me coughing, I'm kind of sick. Enter your name. We're gonna go as Laura. Or am I supposed to be a boy? I don't know. Okay! Kawaii! I don't know. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just it kind of works out just because you've known each other so long. I have those. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch up to me. Sayuri. I'm still learning Japanese too. I'm planning going to Japan, so. Ah! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. I said maybe because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eee! You say it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Laura. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want to make them think that we're a couple or something. Oh, so, like, I guess we're lesbians. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayuri. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Laura, Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not really interested in any clubs. I haven't been looking either, really. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did in many of our conversations we had where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Ha! I can relate! I do that so often. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by average while spending my free times on games and anime. Fuck yeah! Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Jeez. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry too much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things up, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Fuck yeah! Hello! I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. Oh shit. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... You know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going into your club. Ew, meanie! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Oh shit. I gotta blow my nose. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright, she's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature at all. The fact I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in the literature is guaranteed to be even less. Oh, he's so mean, or I'm so mean to her. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I was bringing in a new member. and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just cunning it and had planned this all out. I let her alongside. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? I fucking love cupcakes. Go! I love how I made her like voice already just like so like ooh, ooh, ooh. What the fuck is that? Ooh, ooh? You know, the ooh, ooh shit. Anyways. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Oh. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member's here! I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always has nice things to say about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Laura, what a nice surprise! Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh, how the fuck did I fucking use her voice? What are you looking at? I don't know. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she's moody. Sayori says that quickly in my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Always full of energy. And that's Yori, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Laura. Monika smiles sweetly. Oh boy. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika? Come sit down, Laura. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them! I'll get them! Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it has been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen light fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs the first, then Monika and I follow. That's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full, and she's already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers and looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally bite down. Icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Either for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri turns to the table, carrying tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of us before sitting each down at the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make it fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You'd probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about budgeting and publicity and how to prepare for events. Much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't any more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You'd have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club together before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. I think I almost got their voices. Almost. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Although I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Laura, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering now that I've read how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri chases the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind this is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is quite impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I just really grasped as something I can relate to her at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well tell me she's having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror stories. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't you say it out loud! You give it back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems! Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sits up beside Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write down your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing the vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in the silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, then we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bottom of the club. Isn't that right, Laura? Monica smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic and me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Laura, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision with it like this? What if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring the next to the meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over me once more. Laura, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Laura, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed in after-school clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us departed the club room and made our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school at the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Wow, that was fucking intense! Alright, time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Oh. Okay, so I personally like horror. So Natsuki really, I think she really likes me. She reminds me of like, oh shit, off the host club, the little kid. That he's not a kid, but he's like a fighter master. But yeah, so we'll do tears. Tears. Tragedy. The crimson starscape of grief. It's like fireworks of unrequited love. Infinite. With a kiss. Kiss of unrestrained auras and peaceful disaster. With the memories of fireflies and comfort existence, being incapable to breathe in the fantasy. I don't know if that sounds good or not, but I was kind of just feeling it. Hi again, Laura. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. At least I was the last to come in and everybody else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Laura. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't even know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you clearly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Mama,
Natsuki finds herself staying stuck between Monica and manga.
Manga's literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Laura always gives her best as long as she's having fun. She helps me with busy work without even asking me, like cooking and cleaning my room.
How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
That's so...
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Laura have become such good friends, too.
Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems obvious to the weird situation that she just put me into.
Oh, you even brought you something today, you know.
Wait, Sayori!
Me?
Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it's really not. What did I do?
Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so it's a nice gesture from you. It's a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make any big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want.
This is how the girl accidentally being so cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing from what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities to do for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica already have their cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already burned into a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. It won't let me save. Uh-oh. I'm going to take a shot of immune elixir made of ginger juice, lemon juice, and honey. It's by Freshie. Oh, dang. Oh, it's spicy. But it's good. It's like sweet, and it's sour, and then it's burning hot. Maybe this will help my throat. Ooh, I'm just taking a sip of it. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of her on the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in a book. Sorry. I was just facing out. I'm at her this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious.
Oh, just curious. How have you come to 2 copies of the same book?
Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I happened to just buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. That's because you're a boy and you're dumb! I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyways?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is called Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front of the cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give away anything. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. And she gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts falling apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Laura?
No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories. Don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but someone because they have their own goals and their own philosophies that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you would relate to the protagonist, they're made out of naive one for letting the one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, ain't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't even lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. That's weird. Anyways, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. This is a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip to the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little, apprehensive? I'm sorry. That's not that I don't want you to. It's just, I'm not very used to it. That is, reading in company with someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if you end up distracted. If I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Soon, I understand what Yuri meant about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like if she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really need to. Sorry. I mean... Here, we should work, right? Or this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly opens her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. What the fuck is going on, man? Oh, I got a message from my... Okay. I feel like my arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep this up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. I can do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an immediate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Sorry. Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see in your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Laura, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that... Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Are you saying that all of a sudden? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales and spares her from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You kind of look down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up and make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pulled out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her with her opinion, to be fair. We're gonna go back to Yuri. I think she's cute. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Oh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Going to
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. Actually, I am pretty good with words, not gonna lie. Yeah, curious. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I mean,
Yuri trails off and find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I've been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick them up. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a general writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. In the end, the result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought as if its demeanor tonally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but with all the practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which is in itself kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate, breath the amber glows. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight I have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back.
I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But you took a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory?
Are you into ghost theory?
Actually, the story's about a ghost at all, Laura.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences behind the work.
they'll usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn when putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Laura. Me too. Alright. Sayori!
This is a good poem, Laura. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. I'm not the kind of lady that would be writing poems in her spare time.
I guess you're right. But that's why it pressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you would write one, or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It really reminds me how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Laura. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this place for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead, and to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. And if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait till this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit. It's a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least you make me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to sound like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. We'll leave Monica for last. Need to make sure I have an aggressive voice tone. Like, it's obviously Sayori's, but a bit more, like, aggressive, but... Alright, I want a sip of my coffee. My throat's starting to hurt.
someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste?
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
But anyways, I need to show you mine. Not that you like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be so sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even like my writing take my writing seriously. But this isn't the point. This isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. No, it isn't the point of poems supposed to be about expressing themselves. Your writing style won't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end and then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Don't expect that from the youngest one. You didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Monica.
Hi, Laura.
Having a good time so far? Yeah.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off to just go flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Haha! Don't worry, Laura. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Laura. I was going all over my head while I was reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's the easiest thing for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair.
Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Like Sayuri. Unlike Sayuri, who uses simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive of their own meaning of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of just by the feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, but I'm assuming Yuri at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning, and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could be a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. you sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean that I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film out of the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent, dry, copyless, meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. What is going on? Y'all wanna just... So, what do you think? It's very freeform, and I like if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, I have a style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays. It's a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. And that's the inspiration behind this one. Oh, and this is the inspiration that's behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. But after everyone is better friends with each other... Anyway... Oh. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect that you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Either way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, it'll just make a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whoo! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. That's if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yori and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. When they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk in one hand.
Guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I knew that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something so nice to say? Thanks, but that really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I have a couple suggestions.
Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Meanwhile, people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Laura did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Laura liked my poem too, you know. She even told me she was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Laura appreciates my advice more than she appreciates yours. And how do you know that she didn't appreciate my advice anymore? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would be deliberately going out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Laura started showing up.
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that was a little... This doesn't involve you!
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly, both the girls towards me if I noticed I was standing there. Laura, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. At this point, I'm making your poems all convoluted for no... What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Laura.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and mean the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessary, limiting yourself is also a waste. You understand that, right, Laura? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be...
Help me, Sayori!
Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up the words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. Yuri's expression was so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say something to her. Sayori? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you're making your friend feel like this? Laura.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair to others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
Holy fuck. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki problems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented. Why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and has nothing wrong, and that's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Huh? Sayuri. Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with her bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring into nothing. Oh my god. So this is why Sayuri is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I could even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah, not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayuri is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I would say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Laura, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So, your poems will turn out even better. Oh, I think to myself, I did a little more... I did learn a little more about what kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with my newfound determination.
Laura! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm enjoying it either. Sayuri, what about what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I could see why they make good friends with you.
Whew. You know, Laura, it's nice to get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have time to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay, yeah, let's do this.
Oh man, that is hard on my throat. Ten out of 10. That fight was actually fucking hilarious. I didn't expect that boobs. Yucky. Roses. Roses in the sunset. Beauty in the excitement. Peaceful. In the daydream. Captive in the vitality. Kawaii. Inferno. DokiDoki. Hope and the forgiveness of whispered music. Broken philosophies that flower in the destiny with friends. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. It's kind of funny to just have it on the fly. Well, we should make it a little bit more lighthearted so we don't have a fight anymore, right? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Alright, I got a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Laura.
Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to do. Simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyways.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy snacks?
No thanks.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why all that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. Just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles the latch and gets it open, then turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought the snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted to take an excuse for a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So that only leaves the one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't know she was listening in. Her face in her book is always, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Yuri! Tell Laura to let me borrow some money.
Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is a fair enough retribution.
Huh?
I didn't mean that. I get too absorbed in my book.
I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you.
There's no way you can think that.
You were right, though.
I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution.
Dad!
Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told these guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki to making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori.
Or, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and stumbles on the deck.
What? Ow! What was, a cookie?
Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? Is this because I paid my restitution?
Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that is so nice of you. I am so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clashed her hands over her mouth.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. So, can I try it? Jeez! Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, well, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Jeez! I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful. Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori?
Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room.
Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have you ever heard anything about her being late today?
Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had to do something too today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true. Excuse me!
Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope these guys weren't getting worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period today was at the study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That is so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
What's that mean? Maybe once I get a little better, I will.
Yay! That sounds so cool.
I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Laura. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm not sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared in the closet. Why is she always disappearing in the closet? What the fuck? What the fuck's in the closet? Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book that Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I'd probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though.
Well, we can't give up. Our festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need some way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds.
That doesn't solve the problem, though.
What do you mean?
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after when they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Well, that's a good point. In that case, if you think the food will do the trick...
What kind?
Well, I guess we could...
Cupcakes!
Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that.
Ah, you're right. Natsuki gets to make the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly.
That wasn't why you suggested it.
The cupcakes speak to my creative tummy.
Cupcakes it is then.
I'm hungry.
Anyways, we still need to figure out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. At the end, Sayori is still her usual self, while wherein lies the unexpected reason I admire her, unlike me who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Is there like no way to like... Unlike me who has trouble finding motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get in my case about things. Can't help but wonder why she would be like, what she would be like to see the world through her eyes. Wah! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club.
Does our school have a napping club?
You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You'll have to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayuri.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What about you? You're always looking out for me to be better than look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
That is not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
That's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. At least you can give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that.
Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself.
How's it written all over me?
You are clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight either. There's toothpaste stain on your collar. Right there. Try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that.
Hey, you meanie.
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayuri. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That is super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it was to have a friend who does these kind of things.
Her buttons are like, don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it or stupid.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? I shrugged to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud. Anyways, you look much better now, so, why does it feel strange to see Sayuri's blazer button up like that?
But it's so stuffy. Not worth it at all.
Sayuri hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
Whew, that is so much better.
Sayuri puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyways.
So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine. It's a deal.
I guess we're really better taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Maybe you should come and wake me up in the morning.
You're doing it again, Sayori.
Aw, but I was joking this time.
Man, it is impossible to tell with you sometimes.
Okay, everyone.
Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay! Laura, I can't wait for you to read yours.
Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Well, today it was about Sayori. So we're gonna stay with Sayori, just so we can easily go around.
Oh my goodness, this is so good, Laura. I love it, especially after yesterday's poem.
You're too honest sometimes, Sayori.
No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I?
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion would have been a little bit more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it?
Well, I'm not sure at this point. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Laura poem. And it makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feeling in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems if they are good or bad. But that's just why I go by my heart. And if it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. Not sure exactly how that works.
But then I guess
conveying things is pretty important of this whole thing.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me either.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
I want you to write something for me. That's so sweet.
Yeah, right? Well, you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up being hurt at some point.
Well, I really don't know what you mean, but I'll try and keep it in mind.
Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see.
I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can see like something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes you have a little rain cloud in your head, and a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Laura. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Alright. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all of my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and plug one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes to a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow the dust off my bottle caps, and it doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shattered against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends and my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting and pleading. Something. But all I hear is an echo, 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 echo inside my head. That is strangely ominous. Holy crap. Sayori, did you write this?
Of course I did. I didn't tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best. I didn't tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever.
I didn't expect something like this to come from you.
Monica taught me the whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. At this point, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until it dies.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. She's got some BPD shit. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Where are we at? What time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock. Holy shit! Alright. Who are we going to... We're going to Natsuki. Having a couple sips of my coffee.
Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can really say it isn't any better either.
Whew. Huh?
Whew, what was that?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck it'll take it as a win. And if I get the feeling you're probably the most critical.
Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, and maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
That's, something tells me that Natsuki completely missed the point.
Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type.
Sayori has a type all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight.
That was a little unnecessary, but to think of it, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. And that's why I'm not friends with her. Oh boy, I think this is shade towards fucking Yuri. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad, and Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross, and that's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It does not matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it hurts anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. What a shady bitch. Oh, fuck.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
Of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in the poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simple analogies. And it helps people recognize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter.
It can't be about anything.
I wrote it to be easy to relate to.
Everyone can be
have some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something you're not afraid of people to find out, and they'll make fun of you for thinking less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares that someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think that people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too.
That's what I do best after all. It's not like writing anything. Sorry. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it, like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so too, look forward to it.
Alright, Yuri. I'll leave Yuri for last. We'll go to Monica.
Hi again, Laura. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll be able to come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. You got my poem of Monica.
All right. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayuri would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayuri are really good friends, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if we had some sort of things in common. Oh, well, we may be good friends, but Sayuri and I are actually really different.
Well, that might not be the case. Maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. Sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being similar than you think.
So, I think that's the kind of vibe I'm getting when I'm reading your poem. Sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in this case, Sayuri's writing is kind of gentle feel to it. I could tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, each to their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, speaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than the last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. I just, it's the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of playing with my space on the paper, choosing where choosing where and how to space the words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision, and when that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen.
Wait, is this tip even about writing?
What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't have good feelings, bro.
Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Laura. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing style yesterday?
I guess you could say that.
I was also a bit surprised on how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid
to be a little more daring. I thought she said darling for a second.
Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have an example of that if you'd like to read.
Of course. Is this a poem you wrote today? Yuri nods and gently hands me her poem. A raccoon. Alright, let me vape. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that raccoon was fed always comes back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its pulse and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. Very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows his excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Carvian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. That's dark. I was feeling a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that it's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express my vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I usually force to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for some strange interests? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have a lot in common. Or that in common. Well, that's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of hobbies. I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't say it. Tell her I said that. Don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, I didn't learn to embrace my own weirdness. I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Okay, everyone! We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in front of the room.
This is about the festival? Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Do we really have to do something like this for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Well, I mean, end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out for the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you guys heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
No, Monica. Yeah, well, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us is going to have a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're going to let anyone else come up with reciting poems too. Sayuri's putting all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayuri, who's the coloring poster, holds it up to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up those posters, did you?
Well, do you really think that's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys!
No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never changed the poems with anyone, shared any of their poems with anyone until a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite the poems loud on a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry.
But I still think we should...
But I think we should still give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Even if we had the revenge to put each other on a performance, then it would inspire others to do the same. And there would be more people who would perform. The better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings. Feeling intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, having fun.
That's right. And if those reasons, it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire and find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright!
Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri diligently glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I really don't have a choice.
Aha! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, let's move to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. And we're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start to help off everyone and feel a little bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to a specific poem that she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words life. And it's something she's done before or simply natural. I glance around. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face, and I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation before us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica!
Thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next.
Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up, keeping her head down and walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri!
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. And all of a sudden, she's putting in so much effort. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words become transformed into sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structures, and that she enunciates with perfect timing. But as a rare glimpse into the whirlwind and fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Uh-oh.
Ugh.
Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, the ghost gravity. Glances around her. She's bewildered at herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start plotting. Everyone after joins me and gives Yuri the recitation she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were just caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. That was really good. Thank you for sharing, Yuri. Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayuri jumps out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, giggled. Sayuri.
Sayuri.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of the way you're reciting. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice has made a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is, serene and bittersweet. And if I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayuri's voice, someone gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is why Sayuri meant when she says she likes my poems. It's like I get to read more deeply into someone that I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayuri!
Even Laura liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems that wouldn't work quite as well with the kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where you were sort of gentle delivery that wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. I'm just embarrassed to do it in front of everybody.
Well, next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem and challenge you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Laura. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Laura lower everyone else's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki?
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. So I'll just go with what I wrote today. I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite the poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. I'm sorry I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities, more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll prove over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting?
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhyme and rhythm to it. Natsuki's trademark style works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well, don't you feel at least a little prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so.
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about at the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have a good idea of what it is like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should have probably find some other poem to recite, but that's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm really pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for this club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. Now the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. And as for this festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend prepared. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find some enthusiasm for Siri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. Impressing Monica, I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayuri?
Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Laura. You don't have to say it. Whatever.
Whatever, let's go already. So much reading. So many voice changes. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayuri is being a little more quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to,
Sorry, fumbles with the words.
So, let's just say one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Well, if she asked me, it would make my friend upset. Sayuri, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. I already stay in the club every day. Besides, you always seem really like going home together. I just don't want to ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Laura. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted so.
I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry. Besides, what's the point
in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. A kind of weird thing for Sayuri to care so much about, and I wanted to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away, so who knows what'll happen in that time. I'm gonna have some more drinkage. It is like drinking hot sauce, but with lemon. And I love hot sauce. Woo! That's spicy. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna play one more. Why won't it let me save? It's not letting me save at all. Oh, there it is. We're gonna save. Okay. Alright. I figured it out. So we're gonna do Why are you being like that? Disorienting. Portrait. Secretive. Misery. Love. And love is a journey. Just like a holiday. Uncontrollable passion. Essence. Vivacious. Desire. To bring pleasure. Memories. It's infallible. Dark. Lusting with questions. Oh man. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. Super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too.
I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great.
Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. It's a whole day of the school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound like a bit like Sayuri all of a sudden.
Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on! Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people?
I didn't say it like that. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people?
Because it's right in your name. Monica.
That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the joke makes no sense at all in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine, fine.
Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri's or Sayori's anyways. Oh, my ear. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyways? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at the desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. Waving my hand in front of her face.
Huh?
You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk with everyone else.
Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
I just feel like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright, if you say so. Worried glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else, but the conversation already dispersed with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe you could ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Sure, what's up? Hey, this might be a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything hang up with her. What do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but it seems like she's a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm the one not asking you, Laura. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. This time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? It seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time breaking up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? Saying that maybe the thing of her... Sorry, someone's hit Mom. I was saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Laura. Me? How on earth have you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much more happy ever since you joined the club. It's like being an extra light was turned on inside her. What? No way. Sayori was always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not different now than she's always been. You're so funny, Laura. Have you thought that maybe you're always seeing her so cheerful because she's just around you? I think I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I do now anyways? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, but you should just forget about what I said. I'll try talking to her and try and think about it for now. Alright. Stupid voice. Anyways, Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. Watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she seems she's keeping her voice quiet and I can't hear her from here. I sigh and set myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Feels like I'm the only one behaving. Now it feels like I'm the only one behaving ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. There's so many girls hitting on me, man. But she looks away quickly with a flustered look on your face. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up at my desk and I sit next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, I didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? Were you even able to tell that I was... How were you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. It wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. The troubles are the only concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayuri. Sayuri? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something's happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, it's just I didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayuri and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. And perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into a little too much. Laura, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. There are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you might know them. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayuri is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what's going on the inside of her head. She may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Sayuri, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Your son looks deep into my eyes, her expression gentle and curious as she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may never uncover feelings you weren't aware in you. That is, I think that she should be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple lady, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings, and I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. Should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyways. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better is a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, trying to filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches the electric kettle. I'm going to plug this at the teacher's desk and we'll go from some water. Oh man, she walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have a water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yep. Where are you two off to? Yuri's just gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds for me to explain to Monica. We're filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just being a bit curious. Kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell that there's something wrong? Or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with helping involve Laura in club activities? Mouth gasp. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go, Laura. Yuri quickly exits the room and I fall. So Yuri seems to be very fucking jealous of Monica. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Laura, how come even when I do something bad, you're always nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions. We can't always hide them away. We always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Mary lifts her head. Laura, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. You kind of feel awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we filled up the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. Laura, do you like oolong tea? Ah, yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do it any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you know this. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyways. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Laura. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Laura, I have another request. Do you mind if you sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's likely most because of your posture, right? Always hunched over that while reading. Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we would sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. You see, he's such a stupid boy. He's not getting any of the hints. But, like, you would think, like, the way that women are and how they express themselves and they're so forward, you think that they get it, but they kind of just blow that shit over their head every fucking time. Every time. No offense against boys, but they're always just the dumb sometimes. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. A bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I can sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. Smith and Sink will assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time our bodies are even close to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer till his shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's more than I can handle. You're a teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression that I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of my book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't be taking any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. I take another chocolate, hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, and the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Laura, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop for anything. Oh! I see. The situation had gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, and this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Literally, Yuri even doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling in the rhythm of breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, and it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Fucking hell. Just fucking... She's just like, fuck, what? Oh, that's good. Anyways. What? Yuri bolts back. It's time to share poems. Laura, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cup. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor, pick up the bag of chocolates, and in the end, we hastily clean up without much of a word between us. I have the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Wow! Alright, Natsuki. You go first. That got intense for a moment. Like, ain't y'all supposed to be in high school or something? Like, none of this fucking sexual bullshit. What the fuck? But then again, I had my kids young, so I mean, I can't really speak, but still. Nobody's messaging me today. 1:30. Alright.
This one's alright.
Alright?
Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyways. I see where you're going for. It's not really my style. I mean, that's fine, but I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit.
Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyways? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just one of us in this club that has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
That's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here even if I have to put up with you. Ugh! Natsuki elbow connects with my stomach.
Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was
just joking.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too.
How the hell you call that a joke? Seriously, her. Maybe it's funny to her, but I guess that's kind of the point. To really watch my mouth around Natsuki.
Anyway.
Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder of the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you had left long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Aww.
Yeah. Felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something a little nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach, so you decide to write about the beach first.
Oh, so you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with a message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because it happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She's wanting to pick up a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and then trying to express me by coming up with something all fancy. It's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine end up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Alright. Hi, Laura. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing about performing in front of a bunch of people. I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. I would also like to... It would also make me happy to see. Aha! Anyways, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem writing, blah blah blah. This one is good. I feel like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering. But have you been finding inspiration with Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on inside that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I mean, I just wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? A fiction one, anyways. Monica kind of whispered the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. It's just... Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. Anyways, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that I was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, a lost drifted sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Each after day of search, I search with little hope, knowing that legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away from me, the legend that all that remains is the dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and a forefinger, and the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything, that what I am thinking before I can speak, she responds with a hollow voice. I have found every answer, of all of which mount to nothing. There is no meaning, no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend, and your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too full of anything, but the kind of my mind. But it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. Never really put much thought into it. In a way, it was almost paradoxical. Because if we all had answers, wouldn't the world start losing its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans are two-dimensional creatures. I think you know better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? I accept that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get lukewarm response for something you put so much into. But if you find other people enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, okay, or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it and things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, Yuri. Oh shit, I picked Sayuri.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can tell you already don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, this was wrote for someone else, don't you?
Didn't you?
Probably Yuri.
I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe.
That's not what I meant, though.
But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Laura.
Sayuri, is there something wrong?
No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
Alright. Just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
If you insist.
Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayuri.
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayuri cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself.
Laura, this is wonderful. I can feel the emotion you poured into it. It's the result I was trying to suggest yesterday.
Yeah, I guess so. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to give it more feeling. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
You used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. Yeah, it sounds like I'm fapping, but it's just my shot. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone so motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods.
Even your close friends?
Yuri smiles sadly.
Laura, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyways. But books are so full of amazing, inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with, or people you know that would make really good friends. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you?
I'm not a know-it-all, Laura.
the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. And I don't know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. And it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you, and that I really understood what I was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Laura. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things, but every time you've always treated me just like everyone else. So rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. And that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I'd make friends. I would say I had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way. Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. This time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want me to show you your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Beach. Oh my god. Another beach one. Jesus Christ. God damn, this shot is killing me. Gah! Beach. A mark of millions of years in the making, where the womb of the earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky of an exposed bliss. Beneath the gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in. It's one where everything can be found. One can only build a sand castle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes in, and will it gently lick you at your foundations until you get in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam warps around my ankles, where my toes squishes the sand, and the salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes in the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils, turn back and abandon my peace to erode the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. This is a lot more nicer than like, it's not your style. What the fuck? I'm aware the beach is kind of insane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did. Did she say anything weird? Did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the difference in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, to no surprise, she wanted to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particularly interest in her writing style. I just went with her request, but I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out...
Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Something did sound a bit unusual.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. You deviated from the usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez. Why the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnation air is common foreshadowing something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe, but look, the only difference is that Yuri isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayuri always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she went to PD.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on!
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? Hope she's alright.
Seriously? all the time to not go home with her, and you pick the time she's not feeling well. So much for you being all lovey-dovey.
Oh, no. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayuri. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making the cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle all that by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayuri will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can,
Guys!
Oh, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless?
No!
That's not it at all. You're just the most talented person here, you know? Natsuki. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, I can even tell now. I guess I never gave Sayuri enough credit, but when all things are harder on you when she's not around. This may be the case, but I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, with your beautiful handwriting, you know. So you make some banners and decorations to set up the atmosphere. About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Laura, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have pretty much heavy tasks to handle. I would probably go a long way to give each one of them a hand. You could probably help me out as well. I would really be appreciative of that. Monica suggests I spend a weekend with one of my club members. How on earth am I going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, if you don't know how to bake, there's always dirty work I can give you to. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to hand the baking on your own. Laura may not be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, you make him more suited to assisting me with the dirt.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard it would be to make a few decorations anyway. It sounds like you're making more excuses for Laura too.
What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't?
What do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end of let's see how he would like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend time with me yet, you know. Yeah, but you're having... I'm sure he is interested.
You literally just said,
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez, can we just settle already?
Yeah. Laura, you're okay with this, right? Then it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. I mean, it's going to be anyway. I prefer helping Sayuri. I mean, we're already neighbors, but Natsuki said Yuri was helping her. Think of the club, okay? Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. You guys made it sound like a lot of work, so I'll probably use 2 people.
Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Just a minute ago, you were saying that's because...
Never mind, okay?
Well, okay. Anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. Oh, okay. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad.
So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
What about you, Laura? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested in how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri, she's still
sulking.
Natsuki starts pouting too.
It's not. I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything.
Well, it might be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help.
That doesn't mean...
Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone that has a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders.
Yuri, you're really the most talented really the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes would probably help a lot too, but you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way people feel during performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit.
Natsuki released her hands and turned around to face the other direction. Yuri, you didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really, but...
Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken back by what Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to make it sound like... She's trying to sound like Sayori. Even it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she was trying to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helped everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make a really great event.
Yeah.
I hope to see everyone out there do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Okay, but I'm staying here for a little bit longer. Barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone picks up their things. I start following Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other.
Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't have any way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea. It slipped my mind.
Jeez, good thing I stalked you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number.
Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients.
Wait, you're coming to my house?
Well, yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I should be going to your house.
Yeah, right.
Like I would have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel?
I can't do anything when my dad is home.
Anyways, I just needed to complain for a second.
We can have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you.
I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, fine by me.
Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it.
Oh? Didn't you say you were going to give me the dirty work?
Well, I was was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. Thought I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyways, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. Can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming over to my house on Sunday. Even though I had preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety will shoot through the roof. This is pretty much handling her at this point. And who knows what might happen when we're outside of school. Even though she told me she was looking forward to it, I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori found out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, it's about the club. I have nothing to worry about. I'll just go with it and I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's oncoming visit. I need a stretch. How long have I been? Didn't tell me how long. Auto forward time. I'm beginning increasingly anxious about Natsuki's coming visit. I keep telling myself there's a reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Okay, I'll get through Sunday and then I'm shutting it off. I wonder if she'll act any different if it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a single thing from Sayori since she left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've worried about her in the back of my mind. Between Sayori said and Monica said, is it really okay to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, simply tell her I'm coming over, like we've done in the past. Once I reached Sayori's house, I knocked on the door before entering it myself. And again, we used to play so often that we made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I presume she's up in her room. It's already strange for her to not run down and greet me. I head up to the bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori!
Hi, Laura!
I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, and it's easy to tell that she's different. There's been no silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is a mess as it always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations she's had for years now.
If you come over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I ended up cleaning it for you.
How come you're so suddenly wanting to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori already had left by the time we decided the last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
Ah, that's true. What about you? Are you gonna help Monica today?
Of course, but I'm just gonna help her online. We didn't mean to plan up or anything.
So it's just me and Natsuki then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Laura. Why can't it just always be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't be worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But it's just my punishment, isn't it? For getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me.
Sayori? I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
You really did put me in a trap, Laura. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really not just gonna make me say it, are you, Laura? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late for school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. The reason is, what reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into carrying to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me.
Oh, I feel like this. Oh. I'm working on it though, but fuck. That sucks, man. Literally, depression sucks ass. I personally have lost everything, and like, the only person picking up the pieces is me. Like, some days where I just don't want to do anything, and I don't even play games, I don't do my makeup, I don't care about anything, and I just sit there and I'm just a depressed piece of shit scrolling on TikTok. So I totally get it. But why do I have a feeling like this is gonna cause some SH later? I get it. Depression's a bitch. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really just want so badly for me just to not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder every day and a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, Laura. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort for caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. So I want so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and getting closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right. That I don't understand. I I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Laura. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing you could have helped is that if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish, and I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face. Oh my god.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I punished my heart hurting in a way that I was punished by my heart hurting in a way I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time I pulled her in a tight embrace.
Ah! Laura!
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join this club. Seeing you every day makes worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Laura.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite the arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain on her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this.
Laura, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in it at all to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. And I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know.
Gently, Sayori puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Laura. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I feel pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too.
Ah! Are you trying to make me fucking cry? Oh. Actually, I had a dream the other night of my ex-boyfriend Mike. He just held me in a hug. I miss his hugs. I miss him. Ugh. Fuck video games. Pieces of shit. Make me feel things. Whew. Give me a minute. I guess they weren't joking about the psychological horror game. Fuck. You just get so invested in these characters, and when you see someone that is your essence of who you are, it throws you off, throws you through a loop. One thing I know for sure, nobody's perfect. And everybody's got demons inside of them. And the happiest people are the most depressed people. Like, look at Robin Williams. It's fucking sad. I used to be the happiest person, and now I kind of let my emotions show through. And since I've done that, like, I'm not the very happiest person either. When I stopped putting on this mask, like Sayori. It's hard to fight through things sometimes. Thinking about you deserve everything that is bad and that is horrible. You blame yourself heavily. Over the last 2 years, from at least February 2020 until now, it's been a long journey for myself. And I always bounce back, but in crumbling down, and for me to just start over again. One thing I realized is, like, I need to get my shit together. Like, I don't know how. I'm scared to do this alone. After the two boys kind of left me alone for a little bit, and I was alone on my own, and I realized how much being alone is terrifying. And that's how I hit, like, the major depression. And I have BPD, so yeah, I get manic sometimes, and then I overspend to compensate for that lack of emptiness inside me. But now that I can expose these things, I can properly correct them and try and stop them in their wake. That's why I try and stay, I've been sober, I've been trying to focus on budgeting, I want to sit down and play games so that, I'm kind of not as distracted by wanting to spend impulsively, especially with Christmas. And like I said, I just lost my job. I got fired just before Christmas. I had $500 to my name for Christmas. So it's been a rough go. Like, even my mom paid my rent last month because I couldn't afford it, because I got sick from vertigo, and then now I am sick. Like, I got a chest cold, so I love how I just, like, stopped on a deep topic. Just, I hope one day to be happy. And I hope Sayuri in this game finds happiness too. Fuck. Life's a bitch, man, but you gotta get up and do something with your life. You can't sit on your butt all the time. And that's one thing about myself that I've noticed personally, is that when I don't like sitting down and being unproductive. Because if I'm unproductive, then I feel useless. Which is part of, like, depression. Well, I guess you got to see a little bit deeper into me, I guess. Alright, let's get on with the show. Sorry, she lets me go. Yeah. And as she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayuri wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this had to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should just cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayuri shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Oh, I say goodbye to Sayuri and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling uneasy. It's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is coming over too. I think Sayuri is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, but we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I only spent a few minutes back at home anxiously waiting for Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me saying that she's outside the front door. Without delay, I opened the door in front of her to let her in.
Sup?
Hey, I don't know what I was expecting to see Natsuki in something other than her school uniform that totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison.
Jeez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's going to be a long afternoon, so don't be weird, and just because you're not used to me being outside of school. Anyways, I'm coming in.
I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way just to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked of you, right?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients, as if I didn't already have them at home.
Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part.
Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly saying that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyways, let's go to the kitchen.
What? You're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Laura?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? Or a gentlelady? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me.
Ugh, this is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk.
Natsuki hits a fist in my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. You really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird stuff just because we're not at school.
We are getting started.
Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What?
It's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer, you know? And just because I don't have a mature, sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like a...
Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki.
Forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize.
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little bit more considerate too. But also, if that's what you were thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just test me on this one.
Gross.
Hey, what's that to me?
Who else?
Man, let's just get started already.
You get all sour when girls call you gross.
I found your weakness, Laura. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, bowls, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid. The plastic bags are strewn around every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up our precious muffins or cupcakes.
Laura, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going into the oven and I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. To make each tray different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Oh, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting the heart into anything at all. Can you at least try to have fun?
I am having fun. I'm not sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? I don't like baking. It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you have to get creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes, and Sayori and Monica delighted impressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that one too. Yeah, maybe I will use a food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there. We're using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for icing.
The icing's still lumpy.
Are you even trying? Well, yeah, it'll take a bit longer.
Jeez, we'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look.
Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand until the bowl back.
You really need to beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds later, the consistency of the icing is already improved.
See?
As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it into her mouth. I reluctantly start doing the same.
Hey!
Natsuki grabs my wrist.
I don't want your gross fingers in my icing.
Your icing, huh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl.
Don't make me beat the crap out of you next.
I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some from my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all of her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn.
Gross! You got it on my face!
Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's neck. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away.
Jeez. You know what? Take this.
Natsuki instead wipes it off her finger before shoving her finger slowly towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well.
Stop! Not until you apologize
Stop! Don't until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. I know I didn't mean it. It's just fun to see you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things to get a reaction out of me. Really shouldn't tease girls like that.
Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth and licking off the... What?
Did you seriously just...
Natsuki is so surprised I shouldn't even figure out how to be mad at me. Her face is entirely red.
Laura, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right?
What kind of question did she ask me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly?
Every fucking time!
Natsuki gazes at me, silence.
What?
I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, a fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, dummy. How could you make that mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your...
Or, I don't know who did that anyways.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez.
Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven and sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops.
Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah, the tension of the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment is already lost. Watch Natsuki slide the cupcakes into the oven. I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue the icing like nothing ever happened.
Ah, that smells good.
The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room.
Look at how cute they all look!
She probably shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing.
It's not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, and I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me a plastic bag.
I have these nozzles that'll make them look nice and fluffy. This one will even make them look like flowers. We could probably even use them this time, though. Oh, we probably won't be using them this time, though.
What's this one for? I picked up the nozzle that has much thinner tips than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make the strips and other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on cakes, like happy birthday or whatever.
Oh, I see. It gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could use it more literature theme by writing different words on each of the cupcakes. It'd be fun to see the people choose the cupcake based on the word they like. Huh. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that actually is a really cute idea. So, maybe I'm getting it from you.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well,
Natsuki's voice trails off.
same with you.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, nothing.
Just do it. Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens the nozzle onto the bags.
There's a lot to do and we should be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Well, give me a chance to think about it before Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work.
Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Oh, I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really should save my appetite.
Sayuri is the exact opposite in that regard. If she were here, she'd probably eat 10 cupcakes already, and she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You shouldn't have thought about that. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me.
You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you say, Sayuri, if you and Sayuri each carry some, then you could probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish you would listen to me the way she listened to you.
Yeah. Again, back to the conversation I had with Sayuri earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayuri always does listen to me, but at this point, I felt like she wouldn't listen to me at all.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, I didn't even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted.
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki. What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. And aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if it's possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere.
Do you really mean that?
Natsuki looked at me tensely as if she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you.
Laura, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I really would have stayed longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so...
Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Oh, shit.
Wait, Nats!
Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers clutch the sides of my shirt and holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks matching my eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts going dizzy, and I feel her soft breath against me.
I felt it. For a while now.
Natsuki suddenly jumps back.
Sayuri?
Huh?
Hi, Laura.
Sayuri! Just now we weren't...
It's okay, Laura. I just stopped by to say hi. You should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, it's nice. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine.
Just don't eat any of my cupcakes before then. Anyways, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori blah blah. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. You've made such good friends. It's all that matters to me.
Tears start falling down Sayori's face.
All that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Laura? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Laura. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori was like, Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It is something that makes me happy, something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Laura.
Really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori?
Scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori.
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself.
Laura.
Like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And
that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I set my hand down Sayori's arm and squeezed her hand into my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know that you will need them. I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Oh shit! But what if something else happens? Oh no. But if I do something later... Fuck! This is not good! Oh shit. So if I say I love you and something bad happens, then her heart's gonna be broken even more. But if I break her heart right now, like, lightly be like... You'll always be my dearest friend. That is what you need most, is things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me and know that I know what's best. That will make you happy in the end. I promise I will get things back to where they were.
I see.
Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. I know you wanted to hear me say I love you, but if anything happened, I know you'd fucking kill yourself because that's what depression does!
Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this.
Sayori.
It's okay. It's just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please, don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew that this whole time there was no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone else, Laura. I trust you with anything at all. So,
Sayori's smile finally breaks. Fuck! All of a sudden, she turns around and drops her knees. Ah! Clutching her head in both her hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayuri looks over his shoulder and flashes me one more time, smile before turning around and running. Sayuri! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayuri through her feelings and help her path. That's right. I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayuri's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give everything I've got. Sayuri will always be my dearest friend. I don't know. It's like, you can't, it's like, regardless, if I said I love you to her, which I know this dude has feelings for her, but, like, what if one of those stupid girls, like, fucking do something stupid, and, like, she catches us, and then I've been there before, where I have fucked royally up, and it doesn't work out. It's not good. We should just, yeah, we're gonna save this shit, because, we're gonna save it, because you never fucking know, and I'm going to, I'm gonna go clean my house now, and reflect on this shit, and I'll probably be back on later, because now I'm, like, thoroughly invested in this shit, even though my throat kills for fucking switching my voice so many goddamn times. You could probably hear how scratchy my voice is. But anyways, thank you for watching. It was probably like 4 hours. But yeah, I hope you guys are back for the next couple ones too. DokiDoki Literature Club.